Oliver Perez apparently has been pitching the major leagues all this time. And I didn't even know it! It was like, kind of like, you know, as, a Pittsburgher, I've dealt with, the dreadful years of the Pirates doing nothing but losing. There's been some guys like, Oliver Perez or Zach Duke or, like, some other names from, like, back in, like, the mid to late 2000s that you just completely forgot about. Then one day they show up in the news, or they show up as like a lefty reliever specialist and doing awesome or whatnot, and it's like, oh, he still plays. Well, Oliver Perez, I completely forgot still played. I didn't even realize he was even bouncing between teams for the past decade. I thought he was done ages ago, or at least in the majors. But respect is due from a former Pittsburgh Pirate. What is going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993. This is another baseball retirement video, as it was announced just a couple days ago that Oliver Perez, who now pitches for the Taiwan Toros, I think it was, in the Mexican League, since he was released by the Indians last year, is announcing that after this season, the 40-year-old will be announcing his retirement. I think he will be turning 41 sometime this year, but dang, he's only 40. I still feel old because I remember watching Oliver Perez back when he was with the Pirates. But had to do, of course, no respect for this one because I'm a former Pirate. But yeah, Oliver Perez announced that 2022 is going to be his final season pitching, as of course he's going to finish in the Mexican League with the Taiwan Toros, I believe is what they're called. If I mispronounced it, I do apologize. Again, as I said before, I didn't realize Perez played like the past decade because I never really saw him too much. Once in the blue moon, I'd see him, but not all the time. I forget how time he even existed, unfortunately. But don't sleep on him. Oliver Perez's career seemed to be like a tale of two stories. He was drafted in the amateur draft in 1999 by the San Diego Padres out of Mexico. He made his way up to the majors. And he was traded to the Pirates in July of 2003, along with Jason Bay. I feel like somebody else may have been in that trade. I can't remember, but it was the Brian Giles trade. And then in Perez's first full season, like listen to this. In Perez's first full season with the Pirates, he tossed 196 innings. And an ERA of 2.98, and he struck out 29.7% of the opponents he had faced, which apparently came at a time where it was the league-wide strikeout rate was far low than it is now, of course. And he only trailed people like at the time, Johan Santana, former ace for the Twins, and the big unit, Randy Johnson, at the time, among the 89 people who qualified for that stat. How many strikes did he have that year? Look at his stats. Oliver Perez. Where's his stats? I know it was like over 200. I can't remember how many strikeouts it was he had. Let me see here. 2004... 239. He had 239 strikeouts in 2004. But he obviously had a very promising, future as a lefty. Unfortunately, after that, though, Perez did struggle with control. He definitely, his walk ratio and the amount of home runs he gave up seemed to really, add on. I actually do remember there was one season with the Pirates, he actually missed, I think, like 2 months it was, because he broke his toe kicking a clubhouse cart, I think it was, I remember. So unfortunately, he eventually would lose his spot in the rotation, and in 2006, he was traded to the New York Mets, along with Roberto Hernandez, for Xavier Nady. I loved that trade. I loved Xavier Nady when he was with the Pirates. God love me some X-Man. He was awesome. I loved him. But Perez actually would go on to have some couple good seasons with the Mets. he did combine for a 391 ERA and 371 frames between 2007 and 2008. But yet, those control problems still were lingering on at times. And then, unfortunately, in 2010, it got so bad that the Mets moved him to the bullpen. He also spent 2011 as a starter in the Nationals minor league system, but he failed to return to the majors. That's when they moved him to the bullpen full time. And he did bounce around for the next 10 years with several teams, such as the Nationals. I believe he had a brief stint with the Astros. I think in 2018, I can't remember when it was, but he did have like half a season with the Astros. But he also spent time with the Diamondbacks, Mariners, Indians. He did have like minor league deals with the Reds and Yankees at one point. But Perez did post, solid numbers as like a lefty specialist as a reliever. I think he posted some really good numbers. Where's these numbers I said from the bullpen? Yeah, from 2012 onwards, he had 490 relief outings. He posted an ERA of 3.42, who was also very challenging for same-handed opponents, holding lefty batters to a 229 batting average over that time. He finished his career well. He was with the Indians at the beginning of 2021, but then he was released, and that's when he went back to the Mexican League to pitch in Mexico. But he finished his career in Major League Baseball with a 4.34 ERA and 1,461 and two-thirds innings. He also struck out 1,500 batters and gave himself 73 wins, of course, as well in there as well. But yeah, I feel bad. Like again, Oliver Perez, yes, he was very promising numbers as a starter earlier in his career. Didn't realize he made his big league debut. He was only 21. I think just right before his 21st birthday, I think. So yeah, he was playing for 19 years, but again, the guy started when he was like 20. Like, geez, I didn't realize he was that young, but respect for him, he definitely had his best season in 2004 with the Pirates. He had some successful years with the Mets, and the past decade, he was a solid lefty specialist that I just happened to never notice, unfortunately. But, I hope his last year in the Mexican League in 2022 does go well with him. I wish him the best for his retirement. Again, I feel bad again, like I said, that, I just didn't really take notice that he was even still around over the past 10 years. Well, I feel like I did remember when he was briefly with the Nationals or the Mariners, but, or no, Diamondbacks and Mariners. I do kind of remember that, but other than that, like I said, I just completely forgot he still played. But, again, respect where it's due. Congratulations on a successful career, Oliver Perez. Again, hope you finish it strong this year in the Mexican League, and hope you have a great retirement as well. So, guys, what were your thoughts on Oliver Perez now saying he's going to be retiring after the 2022 season in the Mexican Baseball League? What were your thoughts on his career? Do you have any good memories or any favorite moments for Oliver Perez in his career? Make sure to leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. Be sure as always to slap a like on the video, subscribe for more content to my channel, and follow me on Twitter as well at DemandAirboy93. Until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll catch you guys all later. Peace out, everybody.